Hi, this is BB. What I've noticed for the past 2 days now is that I'm kind of losing my sense of smell. I don't know if it's just stuffy, I'm hoping, but also my nose is drying out a lot. And when of course, there's pain in my forehead. And when I blow, there's traces of, blood in my discharge, the discharge from my nose. Okay. It's a little bit alarming to me because I don't know. I've never encountered anything like this, and I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what the intention is. I don't know if it's to give me to just, when I'm sleeping at night, to just plug me with all kinds of chemicals that I can't really smell it. And even at daytime, see, if I lose my sense of smell, if I can't smell it, then she can plug me all the time with all kinds of things. She can just come at me and I'm not going to be able to smell it. And I think that that's what the intention is. She wants to brand me a drug addict, and she wants me to die in a way that it will look like I'm some sort of a drug addict. This is what they go for. People like them, like I said, and even yours. Now, whether she, like I said, it doesn't matter whether she's doing this on herself or the government is, people want to say the government is fueling her. I don't know. The government is giving her permission to do this. I don't know. Maybe the government is giving her permission to do this. I don't know. Because she acts fearlessly, like she has no fear. Which means one of two things. Which means she's either protected by the government, or she feels certain the government is not going to do anything to stop her. Because she has done it before, and she has gotten away cleanly with it. No suspicion, no nothing. There's only two ways to look at this. With this kind of confidence, it spells either she has the backing of the government, and she knows that she's acting within the parameters they have given her, or she's done it before and she's gotten away with it. Personally, I believe it's the latter. I believe she has done this before and she has gotten away with it, and nobody was none the wiser. And maybe that person also was saying, somebody was talking to them, that they don't use drugs, and all these things happen to them. And at the end of it, nobody looked into their death. Nobody helped them. Everybody thought there were drugs, and they got paranoid because of the drugs and schizophrenic. Well, I'm not a drug user. This is one thing I hate. That somebody would steal everything from me and destroy my fucking life like this, and then brand me a useless drug user just like that. To suddenly start using drugs and die of a drug overdose. A substance that I abhor because I see what it does to people outside. I see what it does to people. They're walking zombies because of it. They are walking, talking zombies because of drugs. They've got no life left in them. They're living with no life. They've got no motivation. They've got no drive. They've got no productivity. They really got nothing going for them. They don't even try anymore. They're just looking for that next fix, whatever that fix is. Looking for that next fix, whatever that fix is. I mean, you look at them. I always used to thought, I used to work at San Francisco General Hospital. And I used to say that if I ever had a kid, this was quite years ago, or if like a friend with a kid or so, to show them the effects of drugs, would just take them down, take them around San Francisco and show them this is what happens when you use drugs. This is what happens when you don't want to, you don't want help. You refuse help. You don't want to get clean. You don't want to do this. This is what happens. This is what you turn into. And I would use myself as a way of, see, look at that. I have to point this out to you. This is a form of disrespect to people like them. It's a form of disrespect to people like them. That's what's going to happen to you. If you continue, or if you choose to go down that path. Give them a life lesson that way. Because people will disrespect them. People will disrespect them. People will write them off the page. Which is what these people who are doing this, they know this. And this is what they go after. They try to do things that they know people will just write us off the page. Because look at the way how we're reacting. You can't tell me in your situation that no one has ever thought that you're under the influence of drugs. And I mean hardcore drugs consistently. I'm sure you have. They're under the impression that all you do is you're using drugs and you're paranoid and you're hallucinating and you're becoming schizophrenic because of the drug use. And you're not using drugs. The most some of you may use is probably some weed. The most some of you might use is some weed. And some alcohol. I don't even use alcohol and I don't use weed. As a teenager, I use weed. I don't know, it's like in my, in my teenage years. I used to do that, I guess, just like an act of defiance to my dad because he was super strict. I used to get my ass whipped for that a lot too, as well. Because my dad used to physically beat me for that. Not a lot, but he would. My dad dealt with stuff like that very severely because he was a strict man. Very strict. With this here is I'm losing my sense of smell because I had a piece of onion last night that was grilled but not soft. Usually you can taste the onion if it's a little crispy. You will get that little sting. I didn't taste it at all. And I'm beginning to, I know I'm a little bit stuffy, so I might have a cold. So I'm hoping that that's it, and this will just pass. I'm really hoping that that's just it, and this will just pass. But I don't like it. And I'm trying to sleep with the mask as best I can. I have it on here. But it slips off my nose at night. I think unconsciously I just reach up and I pull it off. I just reach up and I pull it off. And I said I woke up again. I've been waking up a lot. Like I'm talking in my sleep. I'm having a conversation with this person. You see, I know there was some reason why they're doing this. I believe that she wants to establish that we are here together. And I am either coaching her on what to do or telling her what to do or something. But my challenge is no matter what she has, she needs to bring it to a court of law. Because she's not here with me. I don't know where, I believe she's around, but I don't know where she is. I know she has people helping her. I know she has people helping her, but I don't know. I don't know. I just want this to go to court to make people become aware of how easy it is for other people who are hacking and who has the means to control a person's life. To pivot them and shepherd them through. And put them exactly in a place where they want them to be. I think that they think it's like this is fun for them. This is fun for her. She is like, in her way of, is exerting a kind of control, a kind of power over me. Because they're filtering my traffic. They filter my traffic. If I'm looking for a place to move to, remember again, this is not their first rodeo. They know what people do. This is what people do. And even if they know only by hacking in and watching people do this to people, whether they were hacking the victim or the perpetrator, and they allowed this to happen, then to me, they're just as guilty, if not more guilty. To me, they're just as guilty, if not more guilty. And then they turn around and use the same tactics. Use the same tactics to get rid of someone that they stole from. And they want that person dead. Because they saw what happened and nobody paid attention to them. Whether they did it themselves or they watched somebody else tormented another person relentlessly. And they did absolutely nothing about it. But they watched it day and night to see what the outcome would be. And then they adapted the same bag of tricks, or set of tricks, as it were, on me. Because they know that nobody's going to believe me. They know that nobody will take me seriously. Because I live alone, I don't have anybody else to back me up. If it was two of us maybe, then yes, they would have. But I have a witness, but I live alone. And on top of that, you will find also with your perpetrator that they want to keep you alone. They want to keep you isolated. They do that and they attack your relationships. I mean, listen, we're human beings. And I don't care who you are. You have people coming at you the way they're coming at us. It will cause us to act irrationally. It will cause us to act, to react to them in a negative way. To the world, we're acting. This is all what we're doing. To them, we know we're reacting to what they're doing. Because they're coming at us, bam, 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 from all around. We're reacting to them, but to the world thinks this is how we are. Because the world doesn't see what they do. Doesn't know who they are. Doesn't believe us that they exist at all. So to the world, this bizarre behavior is not a reaction, but it's just our normal actions. So we act a little strangely. And we isolate. We become isolated. This is something they know. They know how we do it. Because they have done it to people before and they understand there's certain basic characteristic traits in all human beings from every walk of life, no matter how we come from. Unless you've had some military training and you are accustomed to this type of thing. You know exactly what they're doing and you know how to combat it. Unfortunately, I'm not Rambo here, or I'm not Liam Neeson here, or whatever. Sylvester Stallone or Liam Neeson or Ethan Hunt. I'm not these people. I'm not any of these people, and I don't think you are either. If you were, and you had that particular skill set, you would have already probably gotten arrested for murder, for what you would have done. But you will find also that these people, that's what they do. Everything they do. They will claim that you're doing it. They will put you in a position where you act this way. You know you're reacting to them. Especially for those of us who know who our perpetrators are. They think you'll react. We know, and they know you're reacting to what they do. Again, to the rest of the world, you're acting this way towards them. You're saying things. And everybody believes we are the antagonists, we are the upstarts, we are the ones who are provoking them. This is really bad. To me, this is like the ugliest thing any human being can do to another one. That's just not That's just not right. For them to do all of this, what they do is they sully the person's reputation. They sully the person's good name. In order for them to do all this, which means the person had to have a good reputation of some sort, they have to bring it down. They have to bring that person down. They have to make that person look like they're the bad ones. If they want to project everything they do onto that person. I don't know. I think they do it is because in some way, when the person does die, they feel like their sins are dying with that person. Or they really want to believe that that person is the bad one. To me, which spells that they really have some kind of mental disorder from the beginning. Because it's just the way how they do it. It's not just cut and dry with them. It's like they have to make us, whether they're doing this consciously and of course unconsciously, it's like they have to turn us into them. They have to orchestrate situations where we look like we are the perpetrators. We are the ones attacking them. We are the bad guys. We are plotting against them. We don't like them, and they're completely innocent, which is bullshit. Is that anger? It's just that frustration I feel at this. That complete frustration, that slow burn frustration that you feel. Yeah, I believe that the person who did this to me has extensively looked into my head. And they know everything that I abhor in life. And it's like she wants to bring out every experience that I abhor. I don't know why. I think she just wants to do that. I have a feeling I know she has a God complex. They all do on some level. They have God complexes. You give them these devices, they're able to crawl people's heads like this. They're not natural born. Natural born psychics have way more control over themselves. They have way more control. They're not overboard with it. They're not, and there's some pretty damn good psychics out there. If these are good psychics or whatever, even if she was a psychic, these things are just enhancing where she can read everybody's thoughts. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're doing it. The one that's saying, I really don't know how they're doing it. Is it a drug? I don't know how they're doing it. How they're able to do this, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what in your particular situation, what's happening to you, what your perpetrator is doing to you. But I know what's happening to me. And I know what the result is because I'm living it. There's no way I can mistake it. This is what they want. They want to portray me a drug user. A heavy drug user too. Either that, or I've said, they want to pin their crimes on me. Like I'm the guilty one. I'm the one who's guilty. I'm the one who's doing this. I'm the one who's been messing with people. I'm the one who's doing this. Because there's a reason why they're following me. There's a reason why they're following me. But I'm not going to go down without a fight. I am not going to go down without a fight. I'm not going to go down without a fight. Because I know my reputation. I know my reputation. This shit only started in California at a certain, the last place I lived before I got here. It started at a specific location. I've lived in people's houses and they can tell you, this is not me. I don't do this. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. They'll want to say it's specific with drug use. But I don't use drugs. They'll say it's specific with drug use. But I don't use drugs. I mean, to fleece me dry like this, because I have things that are missing. Things that could potentially be worth millions of dollars. See, It's not to say, well, in my case, I'm wondering, like, why? What we're really... I have a pretty good idea where to start. Things are missing in my life. Things are missing in my life. They are missing. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. And I don't know if any of you have lost your sense of smell. I had a guy, I saw a guy on YouTube, and he was saying he bit into an onion just like that. But he said it's COVID. So I don't know. I don't have COVID. But let's see. So I'm hoping that I regain my sense of smell. I'm going to try to... It's cold now, and this is the thing. Try to be a little outdoors, or maybe take a little walk today and see what happens. You see, that's the problem. They don't know what's happening. Most of us are afraid to leave our homes, not because we're afraid to go outside. But when I go outside, I don't know how if anybody gets in here. I'm leaving a habit now of leaving my camera on my PC. It runs for at least 3 hours before it cuts off. So I guess I have to continue to do that. I'm actually thinking of getting another camera. One I'm going to leave inside my bathroom. And, well, I might have to get 3 of them. One in my bathroom, one in my kitchen. And one in my living room. Imagine that. Small place like this. And I would have to get 3 cameras to make sure I'm safe. I don't know if I can afford it, but I'll try. So, I'll keep you posted. Hope that you're doing okay.